Shalom Israel. Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Wariala, and this is my channel, Rise Up Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to give honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Malak Yahushai. That is to say, in the name of the only begotten Son, who the world will call Christ, right? So, again, as you can see by the title, this is a video on Revelation 6. Not really just Revelation 6, but just the the 7 seals. So this may be split up in 2 parts. I don't want to make it too long. I'm sure that could deter viewers and things like that. So just want to do a quick video just on the 7 seals and where we might be. You see what I'm saying? So Lord willing, this is an edifying video to the Spirit. Again, I'd like to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Malak Yahushai. Let's get started. So in Revelation chapter 6, in verse 1, it says this. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse. Now, who is this white horse that we see? Right? Maybe, the further I read, context make it simple. But if not, we're going to go through the precepts and it's going to make sense anyway. So it says, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, right? And a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. So if you've read Revelation, you understand the white horse is Christ, right? Let's just go right here. We go to Revelation chapter 19, right? It tells you that Christ is the white horse, or is the one sitting on the white horse, right? And we can start at verse 10. Revelation 19:10, it says, And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of the brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, right? That same white horse from Revelation 6. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, right? Who's the one that's called Faithful and True? And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So in righteousness, the one sitting on the white horse judged in righteousness. Who's the one that's going to judge in righteousness? Who the world will call Christ. But let's keep going. His eyes were as a flame of fire. That should give it away. In his head and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of God. So understand, this is prophetic speech when it comes into when it talks about the return of Christ. It says that he had a vesture dipped in blood, right? We'll get into that shortly after, but for right now, just to clarify, this is called the Christ, right? This is the Christ, who the world will call Christ, right? Whose real name is Yahushua Mashiach, right? And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So this is who the world will call Christ, right? Now, I know you're probably wondering, like, well, why? What does this have to do with Revelation 6? Because Revelation 6, it goes in this in historic sequence, meaning it goes throughout history. So the first horse, or the first seal, was around the time of Christ. Now, although the white horse conquering didn't happen around the time of Christ, this is where Christ was shown, right? And we'll keep on going because the next one makes sense to why it would be like this, right? But again, just more proof that the white horse is who the world will call Christ, conquering to conquer. This is what he would come to do, right? So in Revelation chapter 4 and verse 11, it says, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created, right? So we see Christ in the Most High, in the name of Christ, receiving the glory in the last days, right? We also see it in Revelation 11, 16, and 15, where it says this, and the 7th angel sounded, And there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. Right? So again, you have a certain type of rulership that the Father and the Son would have together, and when they would reign together, right? We see this in other books and other chapters, like Daniel chapter 7 and 13. It says, and I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So you see, the one coming in to take to gain crowns, or to put these other kingdoms into subjection, they're pretty much, this is talking about who the world called Christ, because that's what Christ would do. He, the Son of Man, the Son of God, would come in the clouds of heaven and put all the other nations in subjection, right? So when you hear about the white horse, understand that's talking about Christ, right? But let's go back to 6, right? And I saw and behold a white horse. He that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And he said, and he had opened the second seal. I heard the second beast say, come and see. Right, so here's the second seal, right? And there went out another horse that was red. So you had the white horse. Context already gave you what the white horse was, but now you have the red horse, right? And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So you have this red horse, and power was given to him. And let's just break it down like that, right? You have a red horse. Who's the red horse? What do horses represent? Because if Christ is the white horse, and we understand what horses represent, horses are war vessels. At an ancient time, they're known for being associated greatly with war. So let's grab this real quick in Job 39. Book of Job, chapter 39, and verse 19, it says this. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Canst thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils are terrible. So a horse is known for being absolutely terrible and monstrous and known for not fearing anything, right? He paweth in the valley and rejoiceth in his strength. He goeth on to meet the armed men. He mocketh at fear and is not affrighted, neither turneth he back from the sword. The quiver rattleth against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with fierceness and rage. Neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet. He saith among the trumpets, ha ha. He smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. So he literally doesn't fear anything. The horse is, being on a horse in ancient time, you were like top of the line, man. You were like, only thing higher than that would be a chariot, where you would have multiple horses and you'd be in, sitting in your chariot or whatever. But if you're on a horse, you must have been somebody special. You see what I'm saying? So horses are known. That's like having that's like pulling up in like one of them cargo trucks with the turrets on top of it. That's what having a horse was. It wasn't quite a tank, but it was still something that it would benefit you on the battlefield, right? But let's keep going. So we understand that this red horse, the horse that he's on, represents conquering and war, right? Now here it says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him, right? Again, now let's get on to him being red. Now I'm going to build the case that this is talking about Esau, right? Because Esau came out red, right? Check this out real quick. Bear with me. Esau came out red. 25. Bear with me, Salakia. And 25. And it says this, Genesis 25:25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh, that doesn't really prove anything, that doesn't really show anything, that doesn't this and that, yada yada yada. Yeah, whatever, right? Just let me build my case. Watch. Understand that of course this is the red horse. This is a red horse, and power was given unto him, right? This represents the ancient or the Roman Empire, right? Not the revised Roman Empire, but the ancient Roman Empire, right? And I'm going to prove that. Salakia, bear with me. So now let's go to, we can stay in Revelation. Salakia. Bear with me, Salakia. All right. Let's jump real quick to Revelation chapter 12, right? And I don't want to I don't want to do too much, but let's just do it. This is Revelation 12:1. It says, there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. Who is this woman, right? Who is this woman? This woman represents Israel. She had 12 stars, a crown with 12 stars. This woman represents Israel, right? I'll grab this few precepts that just talk about it. Go to Lamentations. And again, I really don't want to make this a long video, but Salakia, bear with me. What is it? Okay, Salakia. Was it she weepeth and Salakia. This is bear with me. Right on his head, Salakia. All right, here we go. I'll just grab this, right? Actually, Salakia. Where is it? It's in Slack. It's in Jeremiah, not Lamentations. So like, bear with me. Jeremiah 6:2, and it says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So the daughter of Zion is known as a comely and a delicate woman. That's what Israel is known as, right? Here's another precept on it real quick. Bear with me. Flew out the feathers. Salakia. Biggest 10. Okay, here we go. Oh, watch this. This is 2nd Ezra 10:7. It says, How that Zion, our mother, is full of all heaviness, which humbled mourning very sore. And now, seeing we all mourn and are sad, for we are all in heaviness, art thou grieved for one son? So we understand that the daughter of Zion, or the woman, represents Israel. That's what the woman represents, especially when it's associated with Israel, especially when it has something along the lines of a woman with 12 stars, right? This is well aligned with the dream that Joseph had, right? But let's keep going. And it says this. And behold, a great red dragon. Hold on. Okay, yeah. And behold, and there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon. So look, you have the woman, which represents Israel, with the 12 stars, meaning their 12 sons, and she's about to be given birth to a child. Her child's about to be delivered, right? And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Anybody that really looks into biblical prophecy will tell you that this could represent, at least, or they say, at least back then, this was known as the Roman Empire. Many people would speculate that this is the revised Roman Empire. This has to be the Edomites, though, and that's what I'm explaining to you. That's what I'm show. And it says, "In his tail threw the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born." Right? Look, so you have the great red dragon. We understand that red, especially when it comes to people, according to the Bible, was associated with Esau, right? Ironically, it says that this red dragon sought to devour the woman's child. Let's look at the characteristics of the child. "And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne." So you telling me it was a red dragon that sought to devour, sought to kill her kid as soon as her kid was born? What does that sound like? Sounds like, it reminds me of Matthew chapter 2 with Herod the Great wanting to kill who the world called Christ as soon as he had been born. Right? Herod's an Edomite. All right, let's grab this real quick. This is okay, watch this. This is Matthew chapter 2 and 3, and it says, "When Herod the king had heard these things," when the birth of Christ, "he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him." Right? And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel." Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. Ooh, a star, right? And he sent them to Bethlehem. Now you wonder, why is he inquiring of who the world will call Christ? Why is he inquiring of him so much? Right? You're about to find out. And said, "Go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also." Right? When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. Right? When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Why is that the case? You're about to find out. Why did God warn them not to go back to Herod? And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, "Arise, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him." So, just like we read in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1, that red dragon, right? That red dragon, 7 heads and 10 horns, that it's a similitude to Herod. And Herod's an Edomite. Right? Watch. Salakia. Bear with me. Okay. Bear with me. There's got to be something. Okay, Herod, members of the Herodian dynasty, members of the Herodian dynasty named after Herod the Great in chronological order. Herod the Great, the king of Judea, who expanded the second temple. Okay, it's not really Salakia. All right, let's look at the Herodian dynasty, right? Because we understand that anybody who understands biblical history understand that Herod is an Edomite, right? Okay, Herodian dynasty. Watch this. The Herodian dynasty was a royal dynasty of Idumean Edomite descent, ruling the Herodian kingdom of Judea, and later the Herodian tetrarchy as the vassal state of the Roman Empire, right? So Herod's the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, right? Does that mean he's literally it? No, but his people are, right? The great red dragon, Herod the Great being an Edomite, which comes from the great red people, right? Let's just look at the principles real quick in Revelation 6 real quick, just showing you what would this horse do, right? And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Great sword, people killing one another. They had power and they took peace from the earth. Let's keep going. Right? Let's jump back to Revelation chapter 12, right? Matter of fact, we don't even got to do that. Let's go to, matter of fact, yeah, let's stay in 12, right? Watch this, bear with me. Okay. Watch this. This is Revelation 12 and 12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil," the great red dragon, "is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast to the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the child. And the woman were given 2 wings and as a great eagle, and she might fly into the wilderness, and her place where she is nourished for times and time and a half from the face of the serpent." This is talking about the Israelites fleeing into the wilderness, which we understand is Africa, right? But let's keep going. Let's go to verse 13, chapter 13. Watch this. Okay, watch this. Revelation 13 and 4, and it says, "It's the same dragon from Revelation 12, and they okay, start at verse 3. And I saw one of the heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the earth wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" Right? So this is that red horse, the beast, the dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns. Nobody can make war with him because he has a great big sword. Pause. So let's go to who else is known to have a mighty sword? Real quick. This is Genesis chapter 27. And it's like we don't gotta go that far. Let's go to 20. Okay. All right. Let's go to verse. And the blessing, and also say me, and it's my life. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is Genesis 27:37. It says, "And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for, and all of his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, meaning the most precious parts of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break the yoke off of his neck, right? So at some point in time, Esau was supposed to have the dominion, right? And his dominion was going to be through the sword. I mean, he's going to live by the sword, right? And I'll just read this. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob, right? So we understand who this would be talking about, right? This red horse that we're talking about, right? That had power given to him, right? Who gives power? How did he obtain power? Because the Most High God gave him the power, right? And who did the Most High God give power to? This is, a classic. This is Job 9:24, and it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So we see this red horse. This red horse represents Esau, but chiefly Esau in the Roman Empire, right? This is chiefly because it's chiefly just Esau during the Roman Empire, right? And again, this is during the times where Christ had already came. The Messiah was killed, and the Israelites were scattered all over the earth, right? This during the times where the Romans were at a peak in rulership. You see what I'm saying? But let's keep going. All right. But like I said, this is Revelation. Actually, let me grab one more precept real quick just to put it down the coffin. The ways in which they will operate, right? Specifically the Romans, right? This is 1 Maccabees 8. And it says this. This is 1 Maccabees 8. Now Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them. And that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and notable acts, which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there. So Rome is that horse that power was given to, right? Now, here's another example of them shutting the earth up. Although this isn't necessarily Rome, this is with the Greeks, right? This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse. We don't gotta go to. Let me see. All right, we'll start at verse 1. Again, talking about the Edomites, right? And it happened after Alexander the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. The earth was quiet, right? Whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. So we understand that when the Edomites came into rulership, the earth, they completely put the earth in subjection. Right now, I'm not saying that the red horse represents the Greeks, but since the Greeks are a part of the Israelites, are a part of the Edomites, because they would be Edomites according to the Bible and things like that, showing you what happened when Edomite rulership came on earth. They humbled the rest of the earth. You see what I'm saying? And great wickedness was multiplied. Right? So let's keep pushing real quick. Let me go back to Revelation. right? And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Meaning, this, when he was in rulership, he took peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, right? So again, this is what the Romans did. They had a great sword, and they had power over the entire earth. But this is just the first two for right now. I didn't want to make it a too long of a video. I can grab maybe a few more precepts. So bear with me. Actually, I'll grab it. I went to Revelation 13 already. Matter of fact, I didn't get to verse 7. And it says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So this red horse was given power. He was given power over the whole earth. Right? Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So again, this is talking about Esau, right? Chiefly Esau during a time period where Rome was at its peak, as well as during the times of throughout the times of the Dark Ages, and also with Esau and the Renaissance. So you have who the world will call Christ. You have the Edomites. You have who the world will call Christ. You have the Edomites. And for the next one, this should be an interesting one. Lord willing, I may knock it out literally as soon as possible. But Lord willing, this edifying video through the Spirit. Slack if it was cut a little short. I didn't want to make this video too long. Matter of fact, let me just grab a few more precepts real quick, just to hit the nail in the coffin on Christ conquering and to conquer, right? The white horse. Like I already brought up in Revelation 11 or Salakia 19, with Christ conquering, right? Right? And I saw in heaven, behold, a white horse. This is Christ. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and made war. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his head were many crowns. And a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture in blood. And his name was called the Word of God. So why is he clothed with a vesture dipped in blood? Right? Let's go real quick to Isaiah. Look, the book of Revelation and the book of Isaiah go very well together in many ways. They really do. Let's grab this real quick. Isaiah 63. Salakia. And we can start at verse 1. It says this. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This is that glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. That is eschatological. That is salvific language right there. Mighty to save, right? In righteousness he doth judge and make war. This is talking about who the world will call Christ, right? Whereof art thou red in thine apparel? Meaning, he's asking you, wherefore are you red in your apparel? Meaning, why are you wearing red? And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Right? Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. And I will tread them in mine anger. It's talking about the Edomites. And trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Didn't they say the word of God would be doing that? Look, and this is how you know this hasn't happened yet. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. That is salvific language right there. This is not something that you see other people talking about. This is not something you see found in other speeches or other forms of language. When we talk about being redeemed, especially when it has to do with prophecy, we understand it's talking about who the world called Christ. You see what I'm saying? So like it. Now let me grab just real quick, right? And this is just for people that say that, oh man, Edomites are already destroyed. Clearly not. If in Revelation 19, the word of God has a vesture that's dipped in blood, and then in Isaiah chapter 16, and Isaiah chapter 63, you have Salakia, you have people, you have the Edomites being killed by one with his vesture dipped in blood. Perfect relation, right? But let me grab this one real quick. Here's another one. Not Revelation 12. Bear with me. Where am I? Revelation 6. Salakia. Bear with me. Almost done. Literally almost done. Let's jump down a little further real quick. Again, we're going to go through this already, but look at this real quick. And all right, here we go. Revelation 6 and verse 12, and it says, and behold, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. Matter of fact, yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. There was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Listen to this language that we're listening to right now. Listen to the language. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Right? And the heaven departed as a scroll which is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Right? And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains. Who were they hiding from? And said to the rocks and to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Right? Listen to this. Listen to this language that we said, that I just brought up. For the great day of his wrath is come. Who shall be able to stand? Right? Again, I probably shouldn't have went there, but just because I was in related context, I'm gonna go here anyway. This is Isaiah 34, and it says this: come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. The mountains are going to be melted with their blood. Let's keep going. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Again, remember this. This is written in Revelation 6. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. This is the same prophecy found in Revelation 6. Right? And remember, they hid themselves under the rocks. Right? Because they were afraid of who? The Lamb. Right? That doth judge, that we see being depicted in Isaiah 63. Let's keep going. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. This is against Edom. Right? And upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and is made fat with fatness, with the blood of lambs, blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Right? So, understand that this is talking about, matter of fact, let's jump to the verse 8. Watch this. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. This is pretty, it's pretty plain. right? Now, Salakia. Now I gotta go a little further. Bear with me real quick. Salakia. Right? Recompenses. Let's go into what the word recompenses mean. Requital, right? Reward. Requital, retribution, reward. That is secure retribution, to venil a fee, right? To recompense, right? This is for the recompense this is of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. Because now, although we didn't really get there, right? Let me grab this in the GNT and see how it looks. Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 8. Salakia. This is the time when the Lord will rescue Zion and take vengeance on her enemies. But this is about Esau. This is crazy. Look, this is funny. This is hilarious because it's telling you, Salakia, where was I just at? Okay, cool. Again, this is all judgment on Edom. Look, the rivers of Edom will turn into tar, and the soil will turn into sulfur. The whole country will burn like tar. This is crazy. This could be a video in itself. Kid you not. But Lord willing, this is an edifying video through the Spirit. Again, I'll do part 2 soon if it be the Most High's will. But again, this should have been a lot to kind of like connect the Old and New Testament and biblical prophecy and understanding the order of prophecy and where things would take place. There are many more really good seals to get into in depth. But just so this isn't too long of a video, I just want to drop it real quick. Lord willing, is edifying video through the Spirit. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Malak, Yahushai, the Wada Banao Yahweh. Lord willing, is edifying video through the Spirit. Kwame Yasharallah. Shalom.